It's best to think of the 2016 MacBook as a MacBook S similar to the evolution from the iPhone 6 to the iPhone 6s. Apple didn't revamp the design for its ultraslim 2-pound laptop. Instead, the company focused mostly on internal upgrades for the 12-inch MacBook, $1,299 to start, $1,599 as configured. These enhancements include a more powerful 6th-generation Core M processor, faster flash storage and an extra hour of battery life. This is a more capable sequel for sure. For this kind of money, though, I wanted more, namely, an extra USB Type-C port and other improvements. The 12-inch MacBook remains a beautiful piece of hardware, made of sturdy aluminum and measuring just 0.5 inches thick. Apple added a rose gold color option to the mix, which I tested, to go along with space gray, gold and silver. Yes, the rose gold MacBook has a pink hue to it, but I didn't mind being seen using this laptop on the bus or at Starbucks. After all, at least some guys wear power pink shirts, too. The MacBook's extreme minimalism may be a selling point, but the lone USB Type-C port is still a problem for me. If I want to plug in the laptop's power cable and attach an external display or another device, such as the iPhone, at the same time, I need to connect a USB-C digital AV and a multi-port adapter, $79, which has a power port, USB 3.0 port and HDMI port. To achieve the MacBook's razor-thin profile, the MacBook sports a flat keyboard that uses a unique butterfly mechanism. As I noted in my review of last year's model, the keys have very little travel, just 0.5 mm. That's half of what the MacBook Air provides, 1 mm, and also shallower than the keys on the Vio Z, 1.04 mm, and the XPS 13, 1.2 mm. Even after a year, I'm pretty amazed by how the MacBook's large, 4.4 by 2.7-inch Force Touch trackpad tricks your brain into thinking that it's physically clicking down when you press it. It's not. Instead, the pad uses a tape-tick engine to deliver haptic feedback. It worked brilliantly as I clicked on links, opened apps and selected text. The MacBook's 12-inch display is so sharp and colorful that it makes me want to throw out my MacBook Air. The laptop has a resolution of 2304 by 1440 pixels, which blows away the Air's low-res 1400 by 900 panel. I continue to be surprised by the MacBook's audio quality given its thin profile. When I streamed Iggy Pop's Last for Life, the pulsating drums meshed well with the vocals, and the speaker, located above the keyboard, produced loud volume without distortion. The ominous horns in the Rogue One trailer, as well as the piercing laser cannon fire from thudding at tots, came through clearly. Apple should not get a pass for stuffing a low-resolution 480p camera into a $1,299 laptop. It's not that I video chat often, but when I do, I don't want to look like a pile of grain, as I did when testing the FaceTime app. I could live with an extra millimeter of thickness, if that's what it would take. The biggest changes to the 2016 MacBook are its internal components, which include a 6th-generation Core M processor, 8GB of RAM and faster flash storage, 256GB or 512GB. You have your choice of a 1.1 GHz Core M3 or 1.2 GHz Core M5 CPU, and we tested the latter chip. The integrated Intel 515 graphics in the MacBook will be fine for editing photos and playing some light Mac games, such as Rayman Origins, but don't expect more than that. On the benchmark for the DRT3 racing game, the MacBook mustered just 27 frames per second at its native resolution with all of the details on low, and various effects, such as multi-sampling and sync, turned off. That's below 30 FPS, our threshold for playability. Still, the action seemed relatively smooth. The MacBook registered fairly cool temps after we streamed Hulu video for 15 minutes, but it ran warm on the underside of the system. The touchpad and the area between the G and H keys stayed below our 95-degree comfort threshold, at 84 and 90 degrees, respectively. However, the bottom of the notebook reached 100 degrees. That's 5 degrees warmer than last year's MacBook. Apple promises up to 10 hours of battery life on the new MacBook when surfing the web, and it got close to that mark. Apple offers two configurations of the MacBook. The $1,299 base model comes with a Core i3 processor, 8GB of RAM and 128GB of flash storage. Jumping up to $1,599 will get you a faster Core M5 CPU and double the storage. The 2016 MacBook is certainly an improvement over its predecessor. It's significantly faster, especially if you opt for the Core M5 model, and it lasts an hour longer on a charge, all while being extremely portable. I also continue to love the Retina display and don't really mind the flat butterfly keyboard. However, for this kind of money, I would really like to plug in a power cable and a second device sans a dongle, and I believe anything in this price range should be able to power two external monitors.